Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to do your Get to Know Me project. So as you see, I am in the Sketch app. From here, I'm going to hit the plus down in the bottom right hand corner, and that's going to give me paper options. I want to be able to print these out, so I'm going to go down to print, and you could scroll along down here. If you work off of letter, either portrait or landscape will give you a vertical or horizontal image. I'm going to go portrait. I think that works best for this. As you see, it opens up, and let's get going. I like to pinch and make it a little bit smaller, so I just pinch my fingers to kind of zoom out so I can see the whole screen. First thing I want to do is add my picture. So I'm going to hit the plus, then I'm going to go image layer. I'm going to go on my iPad. I will have already taken this. Let me just grab one of my selfies here. Now, it starts it by putting it in really small. I want to zoom it out with my finger, so I'm kind of pinching out. You want to fill the whole space, then you click done in the upper right hand corner. I like to kind of zoom out, make sure I'm good. Yep, it cropped the very bottom. You see how that's shaded a little bit darker? That shows where the picture is being cropped at. All right, now let's start drawing on it. First, I want to move this image layer to be the very back, so I'm going to touch the image layer till it's highlighted like that, and I'm going to slide it down between the two. Now I can click on sketch layer and I can start sketching on it. I like to start by planning out my colors first. So I might just use the pencil, which is over here. If I click on this again, it shows me more. If I click and hold, you can see all different types of tools that you can use. I'll just start pencil. I like to do my sketch in a funky color, something bright and different than what I'm going to use for the final, just so I can plan things out and it's easy to see. If you slide across the bottom, that changes your value. I want it nice and bright. We have flow, that's how see-through it is. If I slide my finger up, you see it goes 100%, so it's not see-through at all. If I slide it down, that's completely see-through. I want to make it not see-through at all. And I can also adjust the size. I'm gonna make kind of medium size. So, one thing you have to include in your Get to Know Me picture is your name. Where you put it is totally up to you. I think I'll put mine just across the bottom here. I like doing all capitals, but that's just me. I'll do my last name just because that's what you know me by. Maybe I'll stick my first name vertical over here. Something different. I got a big space. Maybe I'll put in a paintbrush here, kind of to represent that I'm an art teacher. Let's see. Now I want to do designs all around my face. So it's up to you what you want to do with it. There just need to be things that really describe you. They can be basic design images, or they can also be things that you really like. Like maybe I want to have, maybe I want to have a cup of coffee. And again, this is my sketch layer, so I'm making it really rough. I like my iced coffee, so it's gonna have straw. Let's see, I love volleyball. So I'm gonna put that in there. Let's see. You can hear in the background, that's my hedgehog. He's very thirsty right now. Sorry about that. Let's see, I don't think I'll do Harry Potter. So if you draw something you don't like it, you have two options. In the upper right-hand corner, you see all those little tools. The one with the arrow turning backwards, that is undo. So I can undo something like that. Or if you go over to our tools down on the left-hand side, the one with the checkerboard, that is the eraser. Either way, use what works best for you. I think I'm just going to stick with maybe a book up here. Again, I'm sketching quickly. I'm not worrying about too much details. Maybe over here, I'll put my Harry Potter logo. Maybe I'll do something for my dog, maybe paw print. Maybe I'll draw out my hedgehog. Again, I'm doing just quick sketches just because I want to figure out my spacing. Let's see, what else could I include? See, I could do something about being in Washington. Maybe my hometown of Leavenworth. I'll put a star. Maybe I'll even write out Leavenworth. Maybe I can't think of any more things, so I just want to do design things to help fill the space. I think I'm going to do kind of some lights going across the top. So I'll start by kind of swooshing. And I'll just figure out my placement first, just by making some circles. I'll go back later when I do my final and make them actually look like light bulbs. You see how I could keep sketching things out, planning them. If I don't like it, I come over to my eraser, again over here on the left. Size, same thing. If I don't like it, I erase it. Maybe I don't like having Leavenworth across my face. Do what you need to do. Over on this left-hand side, you see lots of different tools that you could use. These are just different things you can draw with. Try them out, see what works for you. I just started with the graphite or pencil. So you can see here's the graphite pencil. You could do pen, whatever. My sketch layer, I really don't care. Now, once you think you've planned it out and you kind of like it, now you want to get into more details. So I'm going to come over here to the right, I'm going to click the plus, and I'm going to add a sketch layer. So these layers work like the see-through sheets layered on top of each other. So I could draw something, let me just show you. If I draw something in a totally different color on here and blah, maybe I realize, oh shoot, I don't like that. Since it's a different layer, I can come back and I can erase this without erasing anything below it. Let me just up my size. So you see how it's erasing just the red and nothing else. Using layers is really, really helpful because then you can stack things up without worrying about losing your stuff before. All right, so if I'm on my final, I want to really design it out, make it look good. One thing I know is I want to work with white for all of my writing and pictures, but down on the bottom, my name is going to be really hard to read since I was wearing a white dress that day. So I'm going to do a little background shading. I'm going to use a watercolor brush. Doesn't matter what color, but I'm going to go to black. Flow, I want it to be a little bit see-through, so I'm going to be kind of in the middle there. You know, what's my size? Ooh, too big. About here. I'm going to kind of layer this up. And I see since it's watercolor, it kind of blends out as soon as I stop moving. I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger. So I'm just kind of putting a rough black shadow behind all my letters. I'll show you why in a second. I think I'll also do it with my paintbrush. And maybe with my name, I'll just have a solid block. Now, since this is the watercolor brush, you see how it moves when I stop moving. All you gotta do to finish that, to make it good, there's a little fan button over below your paintbrush tool. So if you click that fan, that dries it, so it's not gonna move anymore. Since I made it dark, what I could do is I could add another layer on top and now do my white. So I'll come in with something thicker. My white's exactly in the center, all the way over, good. Flow, I want it like there. Now, when I do my writing on top, it's really going to stand out. And I'll be getting rid of that blue layer later. I just want to kind of show you how that works. This really makes it pop by giving it its own little background color, but it doesn't cover up the image completely. Just an option, you don't have to do this, but it can work out well. Let's say I take my time, I draw everything out really nicely. One thing you want to do is you want to get rid of that background sketch. So I could go back and click on that layer. So it's that sketch layer there. I have two options. One, I could go and take my eraser, make it big, and just erase out the whole thing. That might take a while. An easier thing, if you just click on the layer, this little screen pops up. The opacity up here, you can see you can make it more see-through, less see-through. But even easier, down towards the bottom, you see delete. I could just delete out that layer. Now it's completely gone. All my stuff on top is still there. Take your time, play around with this tool, make it look awesome, and I'll show you a little clip of me doing my final in a sped up version. Have fun, guys. Ooh, one thing I forgot. When you're finished, how to save. If we look in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little box with an arrow on it. If you click that, you're going to share and then image. And from there, you get to choose where it's going to save to. Always start by just save image, that arrow down into the box. That saves it to your iPad. You always want to click there first. And as always, whenever you finish something, don't leave the screen open like this. Always go to the upper left-hand corner, click close. It'll save it. It takes it back to the menu. Always get back to that gallery or menu before you turn off your iPad. Have fun, guys.